Hello, and how are you today? There we go. Welcome back to Monday. Welcome back to the show. And today's show is all about the mindset. Those who are connect with me, you probably know that I am a mindset coach and a speaker, and I speak about the power of the mindset. Something what is stored here and something what affects us in everyday's life. I'm not sure how much attention you paid to it so far, but actually it does impact your life on daily basis. And it's something what you definitely should pay attention if, and I would like to challenge you here, if you look around your life right now and you see there is something missing, something not being the way you want that to be. And actually, let's do a little test here. Let's see how many of you actually are finding out your life being absolutely 10 out of 10. So please, in the chat below, first of all, do let me know where are you joining me from, and also, of course, do let me know where do you feel you are right now in your life. Do you feel you're at level 10 when your life is absolutely perfect? It's so amazing. There's nothing really for you to improve. Or maybe there are a few areas which you could actually improve and to make sure they work much smoother and also they are much better in your life. So go into comments below and please do let me know, because today's session is all about your mindset and I would love to help you as much as I can. So whilst I'm waiting for some comments to come through, let me tell you these little news. I must say, very often, the most common answer which I hear, what people tell me when they come to me is, Olga, I don't really understand how this could happen to me. I am such a positive person. Everything is so great in my life. And yet, this happens to me again, again, and again. And this is where I would like to pay your attention today, right? The easiest way to recognize that something is lying in your subconscious, living in that mindset, is to actually paying attention to what happens around you. Remember, your life outside of you just mirrors what happens inside of you. All right. So let's repeat again. Your life outside of you, the world around you, mirrors what happens within your own mindset, right? So when something is not really the way you want it to be, when something is not the way you always dreamt of, that means there is something to actually work on. That means there's something for you to pay attention to. There's something for you to deal with. Okay. And the second point, as I mentioned just a bit earlier on, is about patterns, right? When you see something is happening to you again, again, and again, this is the situation when actually you need to pay really close attention. Because if something repeats in your life, that means there is a pattern, okay, which your mind has remembered. And also the pattern, if you don't like it, must be changed. Right? Oh, I can see some people joining me. That's amazing. Hi, Howard. How are you? I can see you join me on Facebook. And also I can see that Kujmin joined me from Pristina, and Justina joined me from Berlin. That's amazing. And Magda also joined me on YouTube. How exciting is that? Well, I'm so, so happy that you are here with me. And those who just joining me now, please do post below a score between 0 and 10. 0, where you feel you're not really happy with your life. And in fact, you rather don't even live this life because it's not the life you ever imagined. And 10, if your life is absolutely perfect. And the reason why I ask you to post the score, because I would like to help you today with your mindset, right? And just to recap on what I just mentioned before, it is about noticing what is happening in your world. What pattern do you have happening to you again and again and again, right? So whilst I'm waiting for the scores, let me take you further down the journey. Oh, I can see Magda actually responded. Her score is 7.5, which is a good score. I must say, I always say, anything above 7 is a good green zone, okay? We definitely need to pay more attention when anything is between, I would say, 4 to 7, or 6.9, right? Because this is more like amber or yellow zone. This is where you need to pay attention now, right? Because something is to change, something has to be done, something has to be dealt with, okay? And anything below 4 or 3.9, I would say it's urgent, okay? It's urgent and you desperately need to pay attention to that, okay? For anybody who has anything above 7, I would say you are in a green, healthy zone, which means, of course, my darling, work on improving your life, work on managing your state, work on managing your mindset, but don't panic too much, okay? Don't feel like you're imposter and something is really wrong, okay? Because nothing is wrong with you, okay? It is all about managing your mindset. It's all about improving yourself and becoming a better person again, again, and again. All right, so here we go. So now for those people who actually have their mindset on 7 or above, I would like to ask you the question. You don't have to type it in the comments below, but it's something for you to think about, okay? Question is, how you would like your life to be at the level you want that to be. Okay, let me ask you again, how you would like your life to be at the level you want to be at. Okay, so if you would like to be at the level 9, that means think to yourself, what would I like to happen to me? How would I like my life to be when my life is at level 9? Okay, and when you look at your life now, think, okay, what could I improve about my life in terms of making that from, let's say, 7 to 8? Okay, let's not jump from 7 to 9 straight away, okay? But let's say from 7 to 7.5 or 7.5 to 8, right? Because it is about, I can see Magda says, I would like to be at level 10, which is great, darling. And I support you with that. It's amazing to be at level 10. I actually never say to myself 10 because I believe in constant growth. But it's fine. Of course, you can be at level 10. So in that case, Magda, in your case, you're at 7.5. What could you do as one step towards you, let's say, being 8? Okay? And I know right now probably you will have lots of reasons. It could be, yes, but my life is not the way I always wanted it to be. I have my partner maybe stopping me. Maybe I haven't got money, or maybe somebody else stops me. It's COVID-19. Okay, apart of all of that, what could you do for you to level up to at least by half a level, right? Think about this. And whilst you're thinking, I would definitely suggest you to write that down. And I can see that Atef is saying he's at 7.9. That's interesting, right? I like when people say 7.9 right, or 9.1. And I really wonder, what makes you feel that it is 7.9? That's the second step which you can do to help yourself to understand what could be improved, right? So first step after you find out your score is to actually see what you could do towards that higher level as one step. And I prefer to start that way, okay? Because I want you to switch off of everything that happens now and think about what could be better, okay? But of course, we need to understand what is happening right now, okay? Why are you actually at 7.9? What is missing, right? Is it that part which is missing you could improve and make it higher, right? I don't know. You tell me, because it's your life, it's your situation, so you should know that, right? And sometimes, which is really tricky, I'll tell you this. That's why it's so powerful to work with a specialist, because yourself is sometimes very challenging to see what exactly could improve. Why? Well, basically because you see things which are on the top of the surface, just like iceberg, right? We all see only 1/9 of the iceberg. And this is what I call the average view of average person who doesn't know about how mindset works, okay? But we all have those, like underlying, undercurrent issues, right, which are affecting us, right? So in that case, here it's important to remember that whatever it is about finding out what is that thing what stops you. And here I must say, there could be so many examples. Like, it could be anything happening to you in a childhood, right? Like for one client of mine, he followed the tree when he was very little. I can't remember the age right now, but he was very little. He followed the tree. He went to his dad to tell him that his arm was sore. His dad said, well, don't worry, go lie down and it's going to be fine. So what he remembered for the rest of his life subconsciously, not consciously, it's not like he was analyzing at his little age. I'm sorry, I can't remember how old he was, but it's not like he was remembering about this, right? And he was thinking to himself and analyzing, ooh, that's exactly what I will carry on through my entire life. No, we don't do that. We just emotionally, right? Emotionally. That's why it's so strong, because we remember things emotionally, right? He emotionally remembered that he was rejected when he shared his pain. And that made him to avoid sharing his feelings in the future, right? So his underlying issue was he wasn't opening up with women, and therefore his relationship suffered. He wasn't opening up with his employees at work, right? Because he was doing managerial position, because he couldn't, because he learned not to open up. So can you see how a little tiny issue like that can damage you for the rest of your life, right? And I have my personal example as well. For example, when I was growing up, I could see my mom being forever trapped in the house, cooking, cleaning, looking after us. And she had three of us, and then she had the fourth child later on in her life, right? So she had four of us after whom she had to look after, and she never had life to herself. So, what do you think internal message did I have? What do you think underlying issue did I have? I had a belief that once you get married, you lose your freedom. Right? And it's not something I was making the effort to think about, right? Because you don't do that. But you emotionally remember the effect, and that impacts you for the rest of your life. And that's why it's important. It's always important to look at your life and score your life and think to yourself, okay, what score my life is at right now? Okay, how happy I am with my life right now. Okay, what could I do to make it better? Whatever the score is, even if the score is 9, what could you do to maintain that at level 9? Okay, and what's important afterwards, seek help, especially if your score is below 4. I would say run, literally call me, right? Contact me, contact anybody else who can help you with that, because you've got only one life. And that one life, you need to make sure you have the extraordinary life, right? I'm not sure what you're waiting for, but I think it's a good opportunity for you to step out of your comfort zone and literally go after what you want in life, right? But of course, if you would have known before how to get there, you would have done it so far. Duh. And that's why professional help can help you, okay? Can take you to the next level. So let me say what Magda says here on YouTube. Those who are watching me on LinkedIn or Facebook, you obviously cannot see this comment. Magda says, health mindset, which I'm working on now. Good. Anyway, life is beautiful. And of course, the scale is moving all of the time. Absolutely, darling. So 10 now won't be the same that level 10 in 5 years' time. Of course. And that's why we should never stop growing. That's why we should never stop learning, right? I have this belief that you are not the tree, okay? You're not the tree. You can change your life. You can change your mindset. And that was the phrase said by somebody else. I don't like to take ownership of somebody else's quote, but that quote was said by somebody else, literally meant, you're not a tree, you can move, right? You can change your life. Unfortunately, I can't remember who exactly said it, but I was moved by that quote, right? So remember that yes, Magda, you're right. Level 10 now is nothing what you can compare to in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, right? 11 years ago, I haven't been even in England, right? 11 years ago, I wouldn't be able to do this live because I didn't speak English, right? 11 years ago, I wasn't the person I am now, right? Right now, you're probably thinking, oh, look at her. She's so confident. She's so cocky. She does all these live videos and she invites all these guests around the world and they share the value. She does all these things. Yes, I do. But do you think I was always like that? No, right? And this how I know the power of mindset is so, so strong, right? Everything you see within myself now is the result of me working on my mindset, is the result of me up leveling myself, is the result of me digging deeper. And I do have this phrase which I say again, again, again. The taller building you want to build, the deeper you have to dig into the ground to prepare the groundwork, to prepare the basement, right? Because it will be super heavy the taller you go. The same with you, human being. The higher you want to fly in life, the deeper you need to dig, right? Because certain issues will only hit you, and I use the word hit you because they hit you emotionally at a certain level. And the higher you will go, the more things you will have to work on, right? So this journey, I would say, is a forever journey. It's the most exciting journey. But by learning the tools and the tricks how you can work on your mindset, you can improve your life, right? And that's why mindset coaching is so powerful, because people's lives get transformed, right? So here, those who are with me right now and those who are watching me later, please comment below and let me know from today, right? From this hour today, what are you committing to, right? What are you planning to do in your life in order to improve that, right? How can you change it? What exactly can you do to impact your life, right? I would like you to commit to one step. And the reason why I ask for only one step, because I know the easiest steps are, the easier the aftermath is, the more chances you will succeed. When we overcomplicate things and when we want to commit to every step, it becomes a lot difficult because your mindset can only focus on one step at a time. Okay, so whatever area it is, it could be your relationships, could be your health, just like Magda says, it could be your career, it could be your finances, it could be your outlook, the way how you look, right? It could be your social life, it could be your relationship within your family, your birth or adopted family. It could be relationship with your friends, your social circle. It could be your hobbies, whichever area it is, including spirituality and mindfulness and everything else. Whatever area it is, I urge you to take one step, just one step, and commit to yourself, right? Because that one step will mean a lot more to you later on. It's not that hard, just one step, but with committing to that one step, you will be able to transform your life long term, right? So that's exactly what I would like to ask you to do, because if you committed to already watching this video, if you already committed to be here with me, that means you are on the right path. But that means from today, it's only one more step which you have to do, right? By finishing this video, you can actually just write it down, and I would suggest write it down as many times as you can, right? Put a sticky note in your bathroom on the mirror. Put a note on your fridge. Put a note in your drawer so every time you open the drawer, you see the note to yourself, right? Whatever it is, put it on your laptop, on your phone, whatever it is, put an alarm in your phone, and you can change the name from alarm to anything else, and that could be a reminder of that step, right? But make sure you have this repetition of that step again, again, and again. So here I have a comment from Howard on Facebook. He says, a health issue is holding me back right now. It is out of my control, so I don't worry about it, and it is likely to be fixed by the end of November. How beautiful is that, Howard? Howard, I'm so grateful you sharing this with us. And I like the attitude you have. It's out of my control right now, so I wouldn't worry about it. It's likely to be fixed. Okay, you're right. There are stuff which we're going to worry about, and there are things which we shouldn't be worried about. There are things which we can control, and there are things which we'll be never able to control. So here what you're saying, I did as much as I could do, and now I will just await for the results. I will await for what comes to me by the end of November. Beautiful. But what else could you do, right? And the step doesn't have to be drastic. It could be even you, like for example, in Howard's case, it could be even Howard visualizing on daily basis. How would that feel to be healthy, right? We all remember that we have a headache when we have headache, but we forget that for majority of the time we don't have a headache, right? So we all know what it feels like not to have headache. And the same here. Whatever issues you have, focus your mind, focus your attention on how you would like things to be, right? But feel it. And that's why visualization is so, so powerful, right? It helps your mindset to reshape and rebuild itself, right? Here, that's why you should take one step towards the greater life you want. And if you can't come up with a step, at least do visualization because that can help you a lot. I love the comment from Magdan here on YouTube. She says meditation minimum 70 minutes daily plus visualization works miracles. Exactly. Plus focusing on good things in my life so I don't have a time to think about what I don't want. I love that. That's exactly what we all should do. Focus our mind on great things, on those amazing things we want to have in our life, right? On everything awesome that actually we want to have. Because in that case, your subconscious will actually help you to get there. If not straight away, in that case, within some time. Right. Oh, you're so welcome, Jasbinda. Thank you so much for this comment. Fantastic, Olga, and a little kiss. Sending you my kiss back as well. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your comment. And thank you for joining. That is very, very kind of you. So here we go, guys. I just gave you tips on how you can actually change your life. And I also told you how it affects you. And those who just joined me right now, what I was talking about is the impact our life has onto our life. Basically, everything what happens in our outside world is what is happening in our mindset, right? Because our mindset has the power of magnetizing the events and people and circumstances and situations into our life. So in order to change that, we have to change our thinking. The way how we can do it, first of all, by focusing what we would like that to be like, okay? Second thing is finding out what exactly is not that great right now. And third of all, is actually working with somebody who can help you to change your mindset because very often what you can see is just tip of the iceberg, which is on the top of the surface, but actually what happens internally are big underlying issues that undercurrent right? If you heard of that expression, like, it's that undercurrent, which actually you cannot see, but you can feel because it affects massively your life. Well, what can I say? I will be very thankful and grateful to you guys for joining me today during this quick but really impactful session about how our minds affect our life, basically at every level in the everyday's life, and how to change it as I just did this little recap. For more videos, please make sure you do go to YouTube, and especially if you want to lunch and learn more, you can do it through my YouTube channel. There are lots of inspirational people who came to my show, who actually shared their wisdom. Some of them are celebrities, and you will learn a lot from their changes in their lives, from their changes in their mindset, because all of them, they always refer to how powerful it is to put that work into yourself. So make sure you check it out. And if you're not connected on one platform or another, please make sure we do connect. But other than that, I'll wish you a wonderful day. Whatever you do, please make sure you work on your mindset. Please make sure you pay attention to what happens in your mindset. And Howard, you're so welcome. I can see here a comment on YouTube, on Facebook. Thank you, Olga. Great advice as always. I am so happy that served you, Howard. Thank you so very much for joining me today, and thank you so very much for sharing your story with us. I really, really appreciate that. So thank you so much, everybody who joined me today. Whatever you do, please make sure you look after yourself, you work towards your better life, up-leveled way of living, so you can have the best life ever.